Welcome to Kalika's second edition of I Answer Questions. That's Hero. Alright, so Eros Elric asks, what's your opinion of 1980s remake cartoons nowadays? Like Thundercats, Voltron, TMNT, Transformers, all that. And which do you like the most? I think it's awesome. I really like that that the old cartoons that we loved can be reimagined and re-enjoyed. Because some of the old stuff, while really good at the time and even holding up fairly well, still ends up being a little 80s. So I kind of like that we can redo it again, or do it again. And I really love the My Little Pony. I haven't watched very much of it, and I wouldn't say that Friendship is Magic quite yet, but I think that I could definitely get into it if I gave it a chance, which I plan to do. The new TMNT I've heard is really cool, and I have heard that the new Thundercats is really cool as well. So I look forward to looking into those, and I totally like the idea. Alright, Joe Pearson asks, if you could aspire to, not exactly be, but aspire to be a fictional character, who would that be and why? I actually gave this a lot of thought. I just had to write these down this time. And I wanted to say Anita Blake. I think Anita Blake is awesome. I love all the books by Laurel K. Hamilton, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. And Anita Blake is a really cool, upstanding woman who understands that things change and they don't always stay the same, so you kind of have to roll with the punches and figure things out and reevaluate things. But she's also super powerful as a necromancer, which is awesome. And now she has like amazing vampire abilities, and she has the love of a sexy vampire, and has the love of a bunch of incredibly attractive were-leopards and wolves and stuff. I think it's awesome. And personally, I would definitely want to be with Micah. So yeah, I want to be Anita Blake. I think she's really cool. And she's really good with guns. And I really would like to be good with guns. I just have never tried. He also asks, which Sunnydale Scooby would you offer a one-night stand with, and which would you marry? I would definitely give Spike a one-night stand, but he's clearly not a very trustworthy person. So I would probably marry Xander, because Xander is adorable and smart and super supportive and funny. And I kind of like that all about him, because he's just really, he's good husband material, I think. So yeah, I would definitely go for Xander. Do you draw a distinction between what Gigi does and porn? Why or why not? Gigi meaning Geek Goddess. Yes, I absolutely do. Not that I have a problem with porn. I love porn. I think it's awesome. It can be incredibly empowering. It's sometimes sexy, sometimes funny, but I kind of love porn in general. And I'm not saying that I dislike porn, therefore I don't think we are. I just think that there's a very big difference between nudity, artistic nudity, sensual nudity, and porn. I believe porn is in general, it's not quite sensual, it's definitely much more sexual, and generally involves sex acts, like masturbation or actual like sex with people, or oral sex or something like that. I think what we do is a little different, and yeah, not that I'm offended by anybody calling it porn. I just don't. I think there's a big distinction. So that's Hero. He's vocal. All right. What do you think about your pictures being used as sexual stimulation? Does that idea in turn turn you on? I suppose it's definitely an extension of the previous question. I have to say I love it. I think it's great. Even if it's a fully clothed picture, the fact is, if you find me attractive, or you find what I'm doing attractive, or you find the way I posed myself attractive, then that's hot. It's awesome that people find attraction in things and find attraction in other people. I think that's very healthy, and yeah, I love it. And as far as getting turned on by it, in certain situations, in general, I'm kind of mostly turned on by my own mind and the minds of others, but like what I create in my head turns me on more than ideas like that. But that's kind of my own personal thing. I think it's still really hot, and I think it's still really sexy, and I think there's a certain sexuality and sensuality in masturbation in general, so I'm in. So DJ Subtract asks, oh, he says nice ringtone. Thank you very much. I couldn't find my old, I used to have the Power Ranger sound, and I couldn't find it again. I was very upset because I had to get a new phone, and, you know, anyway. I miss my old Power Ranger sound, but I like the new one. Okay, he says, do you have a favorite color to wear as clothing or makeup, a favorite type of car, favorite musical instrument? Okay, let's go. Let's start from the top. Favorite color to wear as clothing? Often black. Of course, one of my retail jobs requires that I wear black, so I kind of do that anyway. But other than that, as far as like wearing a color is concerned, I like to wear like a mint or teal color, and coral and salmon, I think, make me look really good. They look really good with my skin tone. Yeah, I usually like to wear those. I don't really like to wear white or even cream. I do have some shirts that are, but I always feel like I'm going to make a mess of it, even though I'm not really that messy. But yeah, so I usually go with teal, salmon, something like that, or just black, which I think is flattering on anyone, right? And also awesome. And the next one was the favorite type of car. It used to be a Geo Metro. That was my first car, the first car that I drove. And it was kind of awesome. It was tiny, easy to park, especially for parallel parking, which in Chicago is a huge problem. And it was yellow. It was banana yellow, and I liked it a lot. It had no air conditioning, the radio barely worked, and the windows were manual, and it had no power steering. So it was kind of awful. So something similar to that would be a Mini Cooper. I really like Mini Coopers now. I've ridden in one for a while, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a beautiful color blue. But in general, they're like a pumped up Geo Metro with a little bit more style, which I don't know. As I grow older, I like style more, so I like them a lot. So if I had a favorite car, that's what that would be. Favorite musical instrument. I normally just like music in general, but I will say that violins kind of are super sexy. I like a lot of instruments. Anything, the strings are just always really good, and I think they're really a really great sound, and they're super difficult to learn how to play. But but yeah, I think they're super beautiful, to use the word super way too many times. And definitely a violin, because violins, they're just they're a little bit melancholy, but still uplifting, elegant and beautiful. I like the sound of a violin a lot. I have a station on Pandora that's just violin solos and stuff, and the soundtrack to the Red Violin is gorgeous. Like, it's one of the things that I listened to nonstop for like 4 days. It's so beautiful. And the favorite weapon of choice. I don't really know much about individual weapons. I'm not much of an expert in that. I think it's really cool when people know how to throw knives. Knowing how to use a sword is awesome, because swords are really cool. And being able to shoot a gun accurately. Like I said, I want to be Anita Blake. I mean, that's really cool. So I think they're all really cool, but I think I'd probably narrow it down to just the human body, like being able to beat the shit out of somebody with your own abilities, like your own talent. I think that's really, really cool. So I would definitely say the human body is my favorite weapon of choice. Okay. Oh, and colors for makeup. I totally skipped that one. Colors for makeup, I usually go with silvery colors, very natural nude colors. I am wearing makeup right now. Or really like smoky eyes, like with a deep gray or something. Those are things I really enjoy. But I also like to throw in a little bit of peach. I think peach looks really good on my eyes. Brings out the slight tint of kind of a reddish color in my eyes, which are just brown usually. So yeah, I like those colors. He also asks, what's more important, gold or diamonds? I'd say diamonds. I think diamonds are much more interesting, mostly because of the whole carbon thing. I definitely prefer homegrown and not blood diamonds, because I think that's awful to kill people over a rock. But I think it's a really cool rock, so I would choose it over gold. Sex or chocolate? Sex. Because I'm pretty sure I would need sex more than I would need chocolate. Well, chocolate's really good. I don't crave it nearly as often as I crave sex. And 2 men in love with you or 2 women in love with you. Dude, I cannot choose one of those. I think they're equally as awesome. I think if I had 2 women in love with me, that I would be super happy, because that's just cool. And 2 men in love with me, the same thing. Mostly it's about the love and the people, like, really caring about you. I think that's more important than the sexuality of the person. But that's my personal opinion. If DragonCon is the best convention, which was the best ever and why? I put a lot of thought into this one too. DragonCon is the best convention, and in 2008 I met a bunch of girls. I randomly got kind of screwed out of my room and ended up having to post on LiveJournal that I needed a room, so I met a bunch of girls. And we all decided that we were going to room together so we could, you know, no men allowed, and basically just so we felt comfortable and safe in our room. And I thought that was really cool and a lot of fun, and I got to meet these girls and I'm still friends with them. I've flown across the country to see them. I have spoken to them online. I follow them on Tumblr. Basically, they're just really cool people, and they made the con so much fun. Like, it was kind of nonstop partying, but nobody took it too far, and when somebody got a little sick or overdrank or hadn't eaten, like, we took care of each other, even though we had just met, and we helped with each other's costumes. Like, I'm not the greatest at putting on fake eyelashes, but one of the girls is amazing. So she helped us with our fake eyelashes, and I helped a girl with some of her makeup. She had forgotten something, so I let her borrow one of mine. Like, it was a lot of camaraderie, and then we spent most of the con in costume together. It was really, really cool, and it was when I learned that con wasn't just about getting to go and meet new people, that it was also about being with people, and I thought that was really cool. So that was definitely my favorite convention. Have you thought of a cosplay mashup, like the Avengers, Disney Princess, Playboy Bunny Girls, that no one has thought of before, and would you like to make one yourself and claim the rights to it? Sorry, I had to write this all down, so I can barely read my own handwriting. No, I haven't thought of anything like that yet. I think it's a really cool idea, and I love being that creative. I always feel like somebody's already come up with it anyway. Not that I wouldn't want to do it again, but even if I did come up with something new, I would definitely want to share it. I mean, I would be coming up with the idea, and then I would be telling all my girlfriends, the girls that I stayed in that room with, and I would suggest that we all get together and we do a big group together. I'm much more of a sharer. I'm not really big on, like, owning my own thing or creating my own thing and then assuming that it's mine. I'm a very big giver. So yeah, I would definitely want to share it, but I haven't come up with anything. And, you know, maybe I will one day, especially because I'm constantly thinking, but I'm usually thinking about specific costumes I already plan to do or would like to do, and I'm trying to think of how to do those. So it's not quite as common. I did at some point decide that I really wanted to do a Sailor Moon version of Deadpool, because I think Deadpool's amazing, but I also think that Deadpool could be a little more feminine. So I went with that, and I wanted to do that, but I never actually got it done. But I also thought that a Rococo Punk version of Deadpool would be really cool, but that would just prove that I'm obsessed with Deadpool. So I haven't done that yet. And it looks like the last one by DJ Subtract, still, is, are you planning any more holiday cards this year after your holiday and Valentine's Day cards? And, yeah, that was it. So, yes, absolutely. I want to do as many cards as possible, and if I could do them all myself, I absolutely would. But I can't, I don't think I would really have enough of a fan base myself to do even a full pack of cards. I'm pretty small as far as that's concerned, but working with Geek Goddess is my favorite, and I am absolutely happy to keep doing that. So yes, I know we have plans to do holiday cards and Valentine's Day cards, and I know there are talks of other things, but I really can't say what we have ideas for because it's not my deal. So yeah, but whatever it is, I want to be involved. I want to be involved so much. I love everything that Geek Goddess is doing, and I love that we're so big on we're doing the Twitter and the Instagram and all that. So yeah, if you want to follow me on any of those, because I am constantly posting things, just because I get really excited, and I post a lot of selfies because I apparently am super obsessed with myself. But yeah, okay. So, and it looks like it's everything, and yeah, if you want to go ahead and ask me more questions, I'll try to get to them as soon as possible, though it took me a little longer to get this video done than I wanted to. Anyway, so we're at about 15 minutes. Have a great day, and please ask me more questions. Thank you.